our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEte Renee.
Hello, everybody. This is DeEte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. And I am here, just coming in. What the show is about is coming in and enlighten people's lives through words from spirit, and just trying to make the place a little bit brighter, a little bit happier, and just being able to do those wonderful things that we like to do. I guess. I'm trying to do this recording thing on my computer, and I'm just having a dickens of a time. I'm telling you, I'm having a dickens of a time doing this. So it's being a pain in the tush, and it's got me all completely all over the place is what it's got. It really does. And I think it has to do with the fact that I'm tired today, guys. I'm tired today. And I think it's just how it works. I think that's how it works. When we get tired, our brain kind of goes all over the place. And that's what we're doing. So I'm just trying to get everything set up still. I went live anyway. I should have just waited for a minute. But I want to talk about a little bit about the Edge Network, let everybody know what's going on with us. We are the Edge Network, and we are adding new shows. I don't know if you've seen that. We have got the Be Curious show. We've got Talk with Angela. I can't remember all of Angela's, but we are growing, guys. We are already starting to grow. We are just having a great time with this. And we're inviting you guys to grow with us. We're starting to come together with some packages, some ideas, how we're going to make things work, how to bring things together, how to grow this wonderful station we got going on, and just to see, bringing more content to you, just to kind of help, lighten your lives and make things maybe a little bit better also for you. I know we all love our podcasts and our shows. A family really is born, a family really is born. And I love that. So, hopefully you guys can join on some level, either join by supporting all the shows that show up and have a great time. Or, hey, if you want your own show, come in that way. And kind of go from there with it. Just go with that. Can you believe I'm still going through all this just to try to record? I think I'm going to have to give this up. I think I'm going to have to give up the idea of trying to record something and just go, yes, it's not happening for me today. It's just not going to happen for me today, which I guess is okay if that is the case. So I want to tell you guys, I want to thank you to the people that came out and surprised the dickens out of me this weekend. As I announced to you guys last Friday or last week, Monday, that I was going to be at different events, and quite busy all over the place. You know what I mean? Just going, yep. So that ends up being what it was. I ended up being all over the place, very, very busy, not knowing if I was coming or going. Hopefully that's recording now. We'll find out. But being very busy, and it's been crazy. It was crazy because literally every single day, guys, I had somebody come in and say, oh my gosh, I wanted to meet you, or oh my gosh, I watching your show, or oh my gosh, I just found your show and I've literally caught up on all of them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So thank you, Tim. Now I look at the comments. Thank you, Tim. So it has been just incredibly insane this weekend. So much love, so much me appreciating everybody and appreciating this show and this platform even more. So to all of you that just found me this weekend to say hi, thank you. And thank you for supporting me, supporting the network as always. Hey, Paula, Larry, tell your class hi. And Larry, and congratulations. Larry is graduating very soon. I'm so excited for him. Good morning, Miss Courtney. So guys, again, the Edge Network, this is the Edge Magazine. This is the new one that came out this time around. You can go to the very last page, and there I am. There is the card reading, the 5-card stud. In the magazine, they call it the 5-card draw. But I did pick the Black Goddess within Oracle deck for that one because it resonated with me so beautifully. I loved it, loved it, loved it. If you didn't see, this was last edition. I still have them both because I love to kind of come on with both of them and say, here we go. This is what we got. But go from there. So, and everybody always asks me, what am I going to talk about today? I do know what I picked. I do know I had picked something in the book. I just don't remember what it was. So, because it's really strange how I do that. I literally open up the book, I stick a bookmark in it, and then after the show, I create the event for this week, so we have something, and that's the only reason why I pick something ahead of time instead of like I used to right the last minute, so that I can do a thumbnail on it and all that wonderful stuff. So I don't have my glasses with me, guys. This is a lot to read. Gosh, I'm just not prepared today. I'm telling you, I'm not prepared. And I guess I'm going to be spinning everywhere. This is interesting. So let's get the chair to move up a little bit. So it says space is time demonstrated. Let's show you a very small picture today. Very small pictures, but I still like it. So what the heck are they talking about? Space is time demonstrated. Essential truth. In truth, there is no such thing as space, pure empty space with nothing in it. Everything is something. Even the emptiest space is filled with vapors so thin, so stretched out over infinite areas that they seem to not be there. Then, after the vapors are gone, there is pure energy. Pure energy. This manifests as vibration, oscillations, movements of the all at a particular frequency. God, this is getting deep, guys. This is getting deep. Hello, Keith. The space between the tiniest particles of matter in all objects is enormous. It is something like the distance between heavenly bodies in your night sky. Yet these objects you call solid. At any point, the entire universe actually was solid, and there was also a time before that time when there was no matter at all, just the purest form of the highest vibrational energy. But this was a time, before the physical universe as you know it exists. In the beginning, pure energy, me, guess who's writing the book, vibrated, oscillated as fast as the form mattered, all the matter of the universe, in a process so called the Big Bang. You too can perform the same feat. In fact, you do every day. Your thoughts are pure vibration, and they can and do create physical matter. Simply understand that all things are cycle, guys, including life itself. Understanding about the life of the universe will help you to understand about the life of the universe inside you. So you become more able to enjoy the process, not merely endure it. This is a natural rhythm to life, and everything moves to that rhythm. Everything goes with that flow. Thus, it is written, for everything there is a season, and time for every purpose on heaven. And holy cow, if this doesn't make total, I mean, that's deep. I know it's really deep, guys, but remember how I say after I put that in, and then I just kind of listen all week to see, and then I go, oh my gosh, does it make sense on Monday for me? And yeah, this is mind-blowing to me. And the reason why is because for the last week, Addie has been asking me, Nani, how was the earth made? How was the earth made? And my thing to her has been, it's complicated. There's different theories, because I wasn't sure which theory to tell her. I wasn't sure if I should tell her about the Big Bang theory, or if I should come in with the theory that's more spiritual and God related. I didn't know which one to come in with. And I'm going to tell you, I've got my answer now, because it's not so many of us. so many of us here, we go to school, I always bring up, energy and spirit, and everything is energy. And I take it from a ninth grade level to people when I teach and say, when you go to school in ninth grade science, one of the first things you learn about is molecules. You learn about the density of the molecule. Um, you learn about how fast they move. You learn about the space in between. You learn about all these wonderful things, okay? And you find out that air and the table, really, there isn't much difference between the two, except for the fact that, um, the size of the molecules and how fast they're moving. That's what you find out is the difference. And it's mind-blowing when you get that information. But so when you look at the theory of how the Big Bang Theory, how science talks about Earth and the planets around us and the solar system, the universe, it's all really interesting because they want to put it into a scientific state, and it's beautiful, but a scientist will fight with you that there's no God, there's no spirit, there's no this because we can't prove it. And, where's your proof and blah, blah, blah. But they are able to prove back to the Big Bang Theory. Okay, they're able to go into that. So we always leave it at that. But honestly, I think we're doing an injustice to our children. And I think injustice was done to us. Because when we stick with just science, and we go, okay, well, we evolved from monkey. There was this big rock and good morning, Salone. And I was just talking about you this weekend, darling. Hopefully you're doing great. And all positive, by the way, all positive. But when we look at, that theory, we talk about it, and it is all true. It's all 110% true. I am not going to fight with science because honestly, it was a big rock, and yes, it had growth, and yes, it had this, and yes, it had that. It was all just wonderful, but science isn't able to go beyond that. It's not able to go beyond what they feel is the beginning. And that's where the injustice is, because science is going, okay, instead of opening up and going, wait a second, because science can prove, apportation. Science has been able to prove Reiki. Science is proving the medium's brain. Science is proving that spirit exists. And I think when science starts to prove that there's something before how they feel the earth started, that maybe it didn't start with just an explosion that created this. And over time, the continents widening and getting more water to create larger masses between them. Because as you realize, as everybody knows, as science furthers, the story kind of changes. It grows, doesn't it? But I also believe when we don't talk about that spiritual aspect, we don't bring, say, God and science together to say, whoa, how does this come together? Where is the beginning? Because as I said, science is always about energy. It's about energy. They talk about energy. They bring everything with energy, and they always say everything is possible with energy, but then they say there's limits. But yet with energy, there is no limits. And I do believe if we started to teach people the truth, all the truth, not just the little bits of truth, but all the truth of everything, I think this world would be able to use manifestation better. They would have a better understanding of a lot of things, and that's a sad thing, is that we don't give that. We don't do that. And then when we get older and we go, oh my gosh, what's going on with my life? What is going on with, how do I make this work? How do I make that work? I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. And some people turn to science, and some people turn to their parents, and some people turn to the church. And at this point, all of it confuses us because you know what? They give us these answers that for each one is very truthful. But because we don't have an understanding of it. Because nobody in the very beginning said everything was possible, that there's no limits to you. And I know you're all looking at me like, oh my gosh, I you know what? I can plead different to that because, I haven't been able to do this. I haven't been able to do that. But it's because you're putting the wrong type of energy to it. Neil sends something out Monday through Friday, and I was intrigued by this because today was a simple message, and it had to do with a lucky number, your lucky number. That you should be taking your lucky number and putting it everywhere. Why? Because your lucky number truly is lucky. And the reason for that is because your whole life, you've looked at having this is my lucky number, and you've constantly put energy of this is luck, this is my good luck charm. So when you have put that much energy into creating something to be lucky, isn't going to be lucky? Aren't you going to get a return on that? Haven't you just created something bigger than yourself? And it's the same premise. If you can believe a number is lucky because you put tons of intention into it, can't you believe in yourself that you can do whatever it is your little heart desires? Can't you believe that you can create a world that you find peace and happiness within? I know this is kind of like, I'm hoping this is getting some aha moments with people because there truly is nothing you cannot do. There's nothing. We really get the wrong idea of what the world is about. We do. We look at our parents and say, well, our parents never got any further than this, and this is really the only life I've known, and I got the wrong deck, or I got the bad hand at the poker table, and none of that's true. Because when you were born with the perfect creation to start the life that you wanted, to literally get the skills in the very beginning. And I always tell people, look at your life. If you feel if you're afraid of your life, like, oh my God, life is so hard, I want you to look at your lives and go, wait a second. Why is my life this way? And I hate to put it on our parents, but a lot of times we go back to parents, and not to say everybody comes from a crap home or something, because it's not it. And sometimes we come from great places and we just kind of shift later on. Lots of variables. But somewhere along the belief line from creation, when you're a little kid and you have this imagination and the world is huge. There's nothing so many kids come out with, I'm going to be a doctor and I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. And parents go, oh, that's great, honey. That's great. And thank goodness a child doesn't understand the energy behind that, because that child's going to walk around going, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. And it's incredible. It's awesome. Feel those dreams. Why? Because that child, when you come into this earth, you come with the understanding that there is nothing you cannot do. You can create everything. And it's just astronomical. It's not until we get older, we start getting subjected to society and school and our friends, that we start to lose that belief in ourselves. And I hate to say it, as we continue, we get the science behind how the world was created. And all the magic is lost. All the belief within ourselves is lost. And it's sad, because truly that is a time when we have to start hitting from the great, going, I am going to create my world. I'm going to create the best I can for me. I know for myself, when I work with students, and it's incredible, because when people come to me and they say, will you teach me? Oh, yeah. Gosh, it's a happy place for me. And it's a happy place, not because a lot of people are going to be psychic mediums, because that's really not, grant you, that's what people are coming to me for. But it's the smallest of things that happens. It really is. Because I look at people and I say, you know what? If you stay with me through all the programs, from beginners through certification, you are going to see an incredible transformation of your life. You are not going to be the same person you are today. And they always kind of look at me like, yeah, I get that, blah, blah. I'm like, no. You are going to look back on yourself and go, wow, holy cow, darn, life is nothing like I thought it was. There's nothing that can stop me. And it's incredible. It's incredible to see the light bulbs go off in somebody's mind as they connect to an energy, or they connect to a spirit, or they connect to themselves. And they get dreams that go, holy cow, this really happened. And then these people that felt tied and confused and helpless now have been given the gift of creation in their hands. And they can do whatever they want with it. And it's incredible to watch them do things they never thought they could do because they had a small intention, just the smallest belief within themselves that they didn't have the year prior. And I watched them blow up just with all. They go from mail rooms to doing readings, to doing healings, to being public with people. They go from being medical to quitting their jobs. They write books. They help others. Their lives are completely changed. And everybody always comes back going, oh my God, DeEte, you did this. And I'm like, no, I gave you the tools. And I gave a belief in you from the beginning. That's all I did. I said, are you ready? Are you ready to change? Because I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. And I'm hoping my intention and my belief in you is enough to spark you to start to believe in yourself and believe that you can change your world, that you can do whatever you want, that science was wrong on so many levels. And I think truly, when we start to realize that, if we all went back, even if you wanted to leave it in the spirit, if you even just wanted to leave it in the scientific world, and if you're listening to this and you're going, oh my gosh, she's a bunch of BS all the way, what's coming out of her mouth? And if you don't want to take it the spirit way, that's fine. Go to science. Go to science and go to that matter, that empty space matter in between two particles, two molecules. And I want you to remember the first time you were in class and you had to take a drop of water or a drop of something, and you had to put it on a petri glass or a petri dish, and you had, glass actually, and you had to put it on the microscope, and this, whatever it is you put on there, looks so solid. It looks like you can't put anything else on there. It's full. And you put it under that microscope, and the world just blew up. And you want to take a double take because you're going, no, that's not it. This is a trick. And it's the coolest thing to be able to look through that microscope, and now you're seeing atoms and molecules, particles, nucleuses, electrons, whatever, depending on the strength of that microscope. And you can see the space in between of it. Hey, Adrian, good morning. And you can see the space in between it. And you realize that thing you thought was solid really isn't. It's not. It's got so much space in between all those connections. And if you want to take it from a scientific instead of a spiritual, that's fine. But trust me, guys, even when you take the scientific way, you're still coming to the same conclusion that there is space in between molecules, and it's a lifetime of space. And in that space, there's room for creation. There's room for more. There's always room for more. Anybody that's stained something, stained a piece of wood, stained your lips a different color. It's a solid. You're like, oh my gosh, they're solid. There's nothing else I can get in there. But yet you put stain on it, and stain does not sit on the surface. it soaks in. It fills up the spaces in between the molecules. And as you put another, and then you put another coat on and it gets darker. Why? Because more is soaked in, more is placed between those spaces. More creation is happening. And you can turn something into something else. Why? Because quite literally, you're filling the spaces. And you can do that with your own life. When you look at your life and you go, holy crap, I can create my own reality. If I listen to anything, if you ever listen to anything I've ever said, today might be the day to listen and go, wait a second, from this day on, I am going to start changing my life by just mere thoughts, because your thoughts are energy. Your thoughts it's pushing something out there. And as soon as you start believing in yourself and you start to believe that, guess what? You can have something in front of you and you never thought you could before. You are going to start to see your world change. You are going to start to see yourself change. It's incredible how this works. But it does start with a belief. And if you lost your belief from early childhood of the fantasy world that's real, this is the time to start believing you. Start your fantasies back up again. Start your daydreaming back up again. Start looking at the stars like you used to as a child. And realize that whatever in this world you want to do, you can. Nothing is going to stop you but you. Because there's always a way to make something else happen. Always. So today, guys, start to look at the in-between spots that you have a lot of space on. Start making those small choices for yourself. Because every small choice is going to make an impact on your world. Every small choice. I just told a friend today, I said, my world today is vastly different than it was 10 years ago. And the reason it is because I made a choice to change my world. I wasn't going to go be goal-oriented anymore. And what I mean by goal-oriented, I was not going to just do on a day-to-day basis what was expected of me because I was chasing the dollar. I was showing up for everybody else. I was doing this crazy world. And the only thing I believed in that I was good at was a workhorse. And one day I went, I'm going to take a break. I got somebody else a house set for the dogs that I was house sitting for. I got my car after work and it was a sunny night. Gosh, by the time I got done and got dressed and everything ready to go, it was probably 10:30 at night. And I drove 5 hours to where I live now. Spent a couple of days and I drove back. Just in time to go to work on Wednesday. Or no, it was Wednesday. And no, it was Tuesday. Sorry, not a Wednesday. I only had one full day down here. And 2 weeks later, I did it again. And 2 weeks later, I did it again. Because I wasn't being goal-oriented. I was going, this is what I need to do for me, for my own sanity. There was a million things I was supposed to do. But I went, I need to change my world. And those things will be there if I ever feel like going to do them. And a few months later, I certified. Now, I'll tell you what, guys, this journey started because I started my classes. I started to listen. I started to believe in myself. And by the end of that summer, I had moved. And within 3 months of making that decision, I'm not kidding you, within 3 months of making that, or 3 months of moving back here, so it was probably about 6 months for making the decision, the first decision. I was working Monday through Friday as a nurse, and I was flying all over the country on the weekends being a medium. I chose the reality I wanted. And every day I choose the same reality. And every day the reality changes a little bit, and it's okay. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but I know today I choose me, and I choose to believe in me. And I choose to believe I can do anything, and nothing's ever going to stop me. And because of that, the universal lays down in front of me to say, what else do you want, Tia? It's ours for the taking. It's yours for the taking. You're the one that's got to make the decision, guys. And it's not necessarily big decisions. It starts with small ones. Ever small decisions every day to believe in you, to choose you, and watch that world grow up. Because in space, anything can happen, and you have a ton of it. So hopefully this all made sense to you. Hopefully you were able to grasp it, and hopefully today I changed just one person's life. With that being said, guys, we're going to take some commercial breaks, and we come back, we're going to do our 5-star card stud. This is DeEte here on the Spiritual Network. There's my commercials. I'll see you in a few.
Do you or someone in your family suffer from nightmares? Is your home cluttered and you can't seem to clear it out? Your home or office may have low vibrational energy, and it could be impacting you and your family. Using the ancient techniques of dowsing, Master Dowser Annette Regalo can raise the vibration of your home or office by identifying and curing stress lines and negative vortexes that may be creating disharmony in your home or office. Annette has over 20 years of dowsing experience and is passionate about creating high vibrational spaces for others to live and work. Contact Annette today at 612-394-3736 or AnnetteRegalo.com.
Didn't start.
Attention, curious practitioners in the realm of transformative experiences, holistic wellness, intuitive guidance, and metaphysical arts. Are you ready to expand your horizons and take your practice to new heights? Join the Edge Partner Directory, where your expertise can shine and your services can transform lives. We are dedicated to creating a community of practitioners who are as curious and passionate as you are about guiding others on their journeys of self-discovery, healing, and growth. As a member of the Edge Partner Directory, you will connect with a network of like-minded practitioners who share your curiosity and passion for exploring the depths of human potential, and showcase your unique offerings to a diverse audience of seekers actively looking for transformative experiences here, there, and everywhere. Embrace your curiosity and take the next step in your practice's journey to becoming an Edge Partner. Learn more at edgedirectory.net. Again, go to edgedirectory.net.
Hey everybody, welcome back to School Through Spirit here on the Edge Network. Time for our 5-card stud. So excited. These cards were sent to me a few weeks ago. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It is the Citadel, a fantasy oracle deck. I love them. But look at this. Ravens. These are awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. They're ravens, and I haven't opened them. I wanted to. I've desperately done everything not to open these because I wanted to so bad, but I haven't. And I don't have it in here. It's in my travel bag, but a lady by the name of, we're going to call her Sarah Jo if she's listening, made me some stuff for my table, guys, when I'm at events. It's a beautiful laced hanky with a raven on it. Oh, I love it. And a little keychain. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So thank you, Sarah, for that. So many people commented on it. Loved it. I'm so happy. But let's get into this deck. Ugh. Love it. Love it. And thank you to the person that sent it to me. They're incredible. I love this deck. Ugh. This is some good shipping. I love it. I can't even tell you. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited. Why? Because I could see through the packaging. It had, first. Oh, it's a flip. Oh, it's a flip. It's a flip. It'll be cool. Anyway, so let's look at this box. Okay, it is the Citadel, a fantasy oracle deck. It's published by Sterling Ethos. And it's looks like it's written by Fez Inkwright. Fez Inkwright. On the back of the deck, it says the Citadel is an archetype oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of fantasy literature, and tabletop gaming. Ooh, this will be interesting. Each reading with the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city and experiencing new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick your bags, open the gates, and step inside. Oh my God, I think we were just talking about some of this stuff today, guys. So I love it. So I like this because you guys know my hand does not like a lot of things. So this has a flip bottom and it's super cool because look at, it's got an image in this flip bottom. And it says, Faber est saw quis fortune. So I'm, good morning, Lee. I brought the deck with me all weekend, Lee, and I didn't see you. That's okay. I'll keep bringing it with me. Anyway, so it's, and anybody can read, I probably French. There you go. It's backwards. Hopefully it's forwards, but there you go. I think that's super cool. Let's bring these cards out because it's like a box within a box. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I love this packaging. This took thought. So it's a box within a box. So I just took one out of there. I like this. And look at, it's got, ooh, look at that. It's got a snicky. And it's got moons and suns and everything. But look at, and then it's here. You open it up. And we got more. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Give it to me. Oh, box within boxes. I love this. I love this. Very cool book. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Get open. I am so excited about this. I'll tell you what. I love this. I've never seen a deck like open up. It's got a plastic wrapper on there. I've never seen cards like that, shaped like that. These are going to be so cool. These are going to be so cool. Oh my gosh. Look at the back. That's the back. I'm in love with these cards already. I don't even know what they are, and I'm in love with these cards already. So here is the book, guys. Here is the book. It's a thick book. It's got some weight to it. I love it. I know. Hey, Connie. Hi. Hey, Courtney. Oh, that's okay. Well, I will keep the deck with me, Lee. It's just for you, darling. So I love this deck. I'm in love with this deck. I can't even tell you that. I'm like, look at that. It's already steeped in fantasy for me. It's got like imaginary maps, all that. It's got a table of contents, which we already know I really like that. Oh my gosh, it's got a quick reading guide. So it's literally got the number, the name of the card, and then a quick reading, like short little word, short description of each card. I like that. It also's got, it looks like you can read them. Oh my God, it's got reverses. It's got upright and reverse, which is really awesome. So it is an oracle deck, but it's still giving you two options. So it's giving, hey, if it's positive versus negative, which is kind of reading like a tarot deck if you think about it, which I kind of like that. I like that. They do have different ways to gaming with the Citadel cards. In the back, it's got... oh my God, this is a fun deck. This deck, I think I could probably do every week for a while, just the different ways they have a cards and spreads. So it's really kind of cool. So far, I'm liking this. So far, I'm really liking this. So let's see what's going on. So let's do some shuffling. Oh my God, I will tell you, I like how this sits in my hand because thank you, Anne. I'm trying to get the white to come out. So we're adding more so into the white shows up because I can't wait to go white. I'm going to be that white-haired lady. Hopefully by the time I'm 55, if I'm lucky. But I love how these sit in my hands because my hand can cradle this, because of that cut edge. So I'm really loving this. I'll tell you what, the person that made these cards, I think they were thinking about me. I honestly did. They went, someday these are going to be in DeEte's hand, and we do not want her complaining about one thing about this deck. So we're going to give her a really cool box, easy to get into. We're going to give her cards that are easy to hold on to, and we're going to run with it. And that's what they did. So I'm going to thank them for that. We're going to thank them. So just shuffling the cards, going for a 5-card stud. As you know, with this, you can pick 1 card, 2 cards, all 5 cards. You can wait until the end and get, all the cards together as a full reading. whatever your heart really does desire. You can also essentially get 6 readings in one, because you can literally take a different question for each card and then another question for the whole reading. So there's a lot of different possibilities here, guys. A lot of people have been telling me, reaching out to me after the fact saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That really helped give me some direction. So obviously just not showcasing cards here. It seems like the readings and the cards are helping some people, which I love. So we're gonna, I feel like I can quit shuffling now. Let's do this. Okay. So card number 1. Ooh, the Witch. Experimentation and rebellion. Experimentation and rebellion. I don't know if I should use the book on this. I don't know. Let's see what the book has to say really quick. Let's see if I can figure this out really quick before anything. So it says the Witch is on page 148. Obviously, I haven't played with the card enough to get them frontwards and backwards, and I'm not going to do all that. Okay, so I like this because I know what I was going to kind of go on this one. But I like this because honestly, with this card, with the Witch card, if you pick number 1, they're really talking about, pushing beyond your boundaries, seeing that there is more to life than what is around you, because that's what a witch does, doesn't it? It sees that it sees it wants something, and it looks around and says, how do I make this happen? How can I use wisdom to make something come to life? Okay. And that's what this card is saying. So if you pick card number 1, it is the Witch card. It doesn't mean you are a witch. So if you feel that's a negative connotation against you, it's not. And by the way, witches aren't negative. Just, I got many of other friends. They're awesome. But the Witch card is all about saying, I want something. I'm going to find a way to get it. I'm going to put my stuff together. I'm going to push my boundaries. I'm going to make the world happen. Okay. And going against those rules that maybe you feel were self-impressed or somebody else impressed on you. So that's what the card number 1 is. Card number 2 is the Weaver, rediscovery and transition. God, these cards are gorgeous. Rediscovery and transition. I think these are going to go in my backpack and go with me everywhere. I love these cards so far. I can't even lie. So I'm just kind of looking at it really quick and just to kind of get their little gist of it, not just my own. I feel like I need to do that. I don't know why. It's basically saying the threads of your life are long and entirely unique to you. It's time to turn them into something complete. Take the messy loose ends that you don't know what to do with and make them part of you too. In doing so, you may discover a part of yourself that you didn't recognize before and rediscover a forgotten thing or person who brought you pleasure. And I like that because, they always say people that weave, that do a loom or do weaving, you're just guiding it. That's all you're doing is you're guiding things. You never know what it's going to be in the end. You guide the yarn or the thread through the material through, and you push it. But really, it's who knows what it's going to be when it's over. No matter what you do, it's just going to be this unique thing at the end. And that's really what they're talking about. Your life is you were dealt. You weren't even dealt, you were giving all these magical things to happen with, but really have you incorporated all into your life? And it's time to incorporate all of those parts that maybe you don't like, maybe that you feel like I don't want to look at, and bring them back into the fruition of yourself and see yourself as a whole complete person. Because I think at that point, you're going to start to have some transitions because you're going to see the beauty of yourself and the beauty of people around you. So I do believe that's what card number 2 is. Card number 3 is the Twins, self-protection and dual natures. Self-protection and dual natures. So what is the Twins here? I'm assuming it's got to be close here. So it relates to a specific relationship in your life. You and the other person are bound together, but past traumas are blocking your ability to make this a harmonious relationship. Be kind and take time to reassess your behavior. Are you really being fair to the other person? How are you continuing old habits or or resentments. There's kindness and acknowledging that we're all human. And I'm going to say I 110% agree with this, because if you picked this card, so often we look at people in our life and we go, oh my God, especially like from, if you're having if you're having that person in your life that you just feel is this going back and forth, and you just feel like you have to cut them out of your life. Sometimes we don't have to. We kind of have to look at it and say, why are you doing this for me, not at me, or to me? And what am I learning because you've showed up to be the person that you are? Because everything in your life is about adding to yourself, adding to your experience, adding to your wisdom, adding to your own knowledge. And that's what the twins is about. It's like looking at that people, looking at the thing in front of you, or the person in front of you that is that mirror image of you. And what are they giving to you that just goes, oh my God, I can't handle this anymore. But what have they done to help you be a better person than you were before you met them, or they came into your life? Card number 3 is the Tailor, attention to detail and pride, attention to detail and pride. So this is your dedication to your passions has served you well, and you're finally starting to reap the benefits of your hard work. Allow yourself to stop and take pride in what you've done rather than throwing yourself headfirst at this next thing. And that's pretty cool. It really is. It's important to acknowledge your achievements in order to understand the depths of your own abilities. And that's very true, because I think if you picked card number 4, you are a person that you're just going at things over and over and over, and you're never giving yourself a break. You're never sitting back to see what the product looks like. And with any good seamstress, she's going to have an idea. She's going to know what she's going to want to make. She is going to cut out the pattern. She's going to start sewing, but she always takes a moment to step back and see if it is coming together how she feels it should, or she should add or subtract something. And that's where you're at in life right now. Right now, you're in this beautiful creation, but what you need to do is take a step back, look at it. What do I need to do to make things more the way I want them, or the best possible? So that's what that card's about. Card number 5, the last one, is the Storyteller. Ooh, viewpoints and control. Viewpoints and control. So the Storyteller is the most important story in your life is your own. But you are just one story in the tapestry of thousands. It's important to respect the tales of others around you too. Rather than forcing yourself or forcing people to conform to your role you think they should play in your story, learn to communicate and see things from their point of view too. Not only should this improve how you perceive others, but it will help you build better relationships and solids. And I'm going to say that's really big, because so often if you pick this card, you've been looking at you and not really how you're affecting other people. And honestly, going into this world, we have to realize how we affect other people and going forward with that. So start to see that, because a lot of times when you start, if you pick this card, it's time for you to see how it's, yes, I may or may not like my life, how it's going, but how am I affecting other people? How am I playing a role in other people's story? And is that the role I want to play? Do I want to see myself as a different game player or a different role for somebody? Because a lot of times, if that's what you want, this is the time for you to look at it. We often look at ourselves and go, oh my gosh, I don't want to be this person. I want to change, but we don't know how to be. How to do that best is to look how you are to other people, and then help yourself decide to go forward. So card number 1 was the Witch card, which is the experimentation, creating your own world. Card number 2 is the Weaver. It's bringing all those strands together, parts of bits and bobs, and bringing it together. 3 is the Twins card. It's really looking at other people and seeing how they are affecting you, and the positive of that, not the negative. Number 4 is the Tailor. It's taking time to step back and look at things from a whole and see where you want to go from there. And number 5 was the Storyteller, which is all about really kind of going, how am I, how do others see me? How do I play a role in other people's lives? And is that the role I want to play? And then you can come back and change yourself based on that. So when I look at all these cards as a whole and I put it together, this week is all about looking at yourself, guys. This week is all about going, okay, where am I going forward with? because when I look at this, I'm going, gosh, we've just been given the tools. Literally, this is giving the instruction manual to say, how do I change myself and or how do I change my life? And it is telling you first, you have to know you want it. You can make it happen. You have to just start incorporating all the parts of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it into your life. But really, you have to start to also look at some of that. It's because other people have done it to you, or you feel like other people have done it to you. So you have to kind of look at that and bring it back into yourself and go, you know what? I got this. I'm going to go forward because these people help me make me who I am. And then realizing that at the end of the day, that sometimes you do have to take a break. You have to take a break. You have to look at yourself and you have to go, wow, I didn't mean to make some adjustments. I'm going to make some adjustments, which is always good, but that's okay because the story is always going to continue. I hope all this makes sense to you. I hope this helps you. I know I'm in love with this. I hope you are. This deck I am going to play with a lot more just to see the beauty and all more of it. Oh my gosh, Lee, thank you so much. Thank you. With that being said, guys, I'm going to not take a quick commercial break. I'm getting the heck out of Dodge here. I will tell you this coming weekend, I'll be in Mankato, Minnesota. It's going to be awesome. I'm trying to look up really quick where in Mankato so you know exactly where I'm going to be. So you know where I'm going to be, and you can say, okay, she just told me Mankato, Minnesota, but where in Mankato, Minnesota? It is Beyond the Veil Expo. It's Beyond the Veil Expo. It's a psychic paranormal wellness event, which is super cool, super cool. It is in the Country Inn and Suites in Mankato. It's on Premier Drive in Mankato, Minnesota. So that's where you can find me. It's called Beyond the Veil, which is super awesome. Guys, we have got, I believe on Friday night, we have a seance. During Saturday, you have myself doing the gallery. Saturday night, we have a 4 or 3 person gallery going on. I love the tag team. Kind of jealous I didn't get invited, but I understand. I got the regular gallery. You know, we got to spread the wealth. And on Sunday, I believe there's a channeling going on, which is super awesome. But as always, guys, I am going to be doing readings the whole time. So I'm driving up to Mankato, gonna have a blast, and then gonna come back to do this again Monday morning. Because you know what? This is what we do. This is what we do. We love this. We love this. It's going to be fun, guys. If you're near the Mankato area, come on in, stop, say hi, give me a hug. Tell me you watch me here. Tell me you find me here. All of that just inspires me to keep going. So with that being said, guys, this is DeEte here with School Through Spirit on the Edge Network. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, and I will see you next Monday morning. Bye-bye, guys.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEte. As a master teacher, DeEte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEte.us. That's DeEte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEte can help. Just visit DeEte.us. That's DeEte.us.